The Italian Wine Podcast is the community-driven platform for Italian wine geeks around the world. Support the show by donating at ItalianWinepodcast.com. Donate €5 or more and we'll send you a copy of our latest book, My Italian Grape Geek Journal, absolutely free. To get your free copy of My Italian Grape Geek Journal, click support us at ItalianWinepodcast.com or wherever you get your pods. Grazie mille.
Welcome to another episode of On the Road Edition, hosted by Stevie Kim. Each week, she travels to incredible wine destinations, interviewing some of the Italian wine scene's most interesting personalities, talking about wines, the foods, as well as the incredible travel destinations.
Okay, hello everyone. My name's Stevie Kim, and welcome to the Italian Wine Podcast, Instalive, On the Road Edition. Not so on the road because I'm in Verona, and this is the Livin the Loca. Oops, I don't see Jeff though. Livin the, not Loca, Dolce Vita, which Jeff Porter. What we do usually is to understand if Jeff is doing okay. Basically, he's moved to Torino, and we've been trying to touch base every week, once a week. So as you know, I was in New York for the past couple of weeks. I'm finally back. I got back yesterday. I'm a slightly jet lagged, so be a little bit patient with me. Hey, Jeff.
Hello.
Yeah, we're back.
How's it going?
Yeah, I'm back. I got back yesterday. Luckily, I survived the strike once again.
Oh,
I know, right?
Sorry about that.
And it's okay, but I'm back and everything's back to normal. How are you?
Back in Torino.
E come va? Tutto bene?
Sì, tutto bene, ma mi scuola molto difficile.
Everyone loves it when you start, speaking Italian again. So actually, Manuela just wrote me a promemoria. Do you know what that is?
Promemoria, no, I don't. That's a new word.
Yeah,
Promemoria.
promemoria. Memory.
Promemoria, sì.
So that's a reminder. Promemoria. Masterclass Jeff, parentheses, open.
Sì.
Vini-abstract, close parentheses. Monday, April 15th, 2:45 p.m.
2:45.
Yeah. So that's...
It's a reminder.
Yeah, that's for Vinitaly, babe.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm doing it. Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah,
we need, Manuela needs your wine list as
yes,
well
I was working on that with some producers.
Yeah, and an abstract.
Got it.
Okay, sooner we get it, the more we can promote. Okay, so that's
perfect.
That's the promemoria. You've
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you have any contacts, and maybe through this we can, at Bel Colle, the Prosecco? I wanted to use their Colfondo, but I don't have their information.
Bel Colle?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Let me look it up. Let me see. I've never heard of it. Bel, one L?
Mm-hmm. One L.
One word or two words? Oh, Bel Colle.
2 words.
Okay. We can reach out to them on your behalf if you want. Which wine did you get?
Their Colfondo Prosecco.
Okay.
It's delicious wine. Okay. I'm a big fan of it.
Right,
and
so
it fits into the rifermentato.
Julia had just joined us. Julia, it's on you. You have to look for Bel Colle. Okay, il nostro lavoro, la nostra passione. Okay, so we'll take care of that for you.
Grazie. I mean, I just got back from Lambrusco country, and I met with this really... There's like 2 cool groups happening. One's within the consortia, one's outside the consortia. Within the consortia, they're bringing all these young producers and people who work in the wineries together. It's like this under 40 group called the Giovane de Lambrusco or something like that. And I got to talk to them a lot. And then there's this other group of kind of more hardcore, super vecchio, vecchio scuola, old school producers who are creating this, they're doing this road show of all these, of their Prosecco, or not Prosecco, their Lambrusco. And
yeah, don't call
them
Prosecco. They might be a little bit offended.
just really focused on rifermentato and kind of what we're going to talk about in the seminar about what rifermentato is, because it is interesting. It is not method ancestrale. It's a different process.
What's the difference? I mean, there are a lot of geeks out there. Brian Larkey says, smile, it's bubbly.
It is bubbly, exactly. That's what I mean. The thing, after being a week in Lambrusco, I think it's one of my favorite places on earth now, because you can drink a shit ton of it. and just so delicious. And there's so many different colors of it. It's
Still
just a
sober
fun wine.
at the
Yeah,
end of the day, right?
for the most part. For the most part.
So what
But
is the
so okay.
difference? Let's do a small, like, geeky lesson here.
So from my under
What's the
che
differenza? I think
che
it's Italian.
differenza.
Yeah,
If you think so, method ancestrale is primary fermentation begins in a vessel, right? Let's say it's a concrete tank. And before primary fermentation is done, you bottle it. So there's really only one fermentation. So that's method ancestrale. And this is
Right.
after like talking to like 10 different people about this. And then rifermentato
right.
is in a line with metodo classico. So there's two fermentations. So one fermentation is in the tank, and then you would do another fermentation in the bottle, but you never disgorge it. And the biggest difference between metodo classico and this is they're only going up to 2.5 atmospheres. So the must, usually they add a little must, and if they don't do that, it may be some like grape sugar. The process starts again within the bottle, keeping it at a low pressure. 2.5 atmospheres is the maximum. Some people go a little higher. They said sometimes they cheat it. They want it frizzante. What would happen in the old timers is they do the fermentation. There'd be some sugar left in the tank, like 10 grams per liter. Then you put it in the bottle, you put the crown cap on it, and you put it next to your warmer, your heater in your house. And a month later, you'd have refermentato. And that's basically the old
do you
school.
disgorge it?
No, you traditionally you don't. There are
Okay,
some
so
people
that's
that do
the
disgorge
difference.
it.
Otherwise,
Right.
it would
There's
be
no
metodo
disgorgement.
classico.
Exactly. Just with it would be like below setine, in Lambrusco, in a Franciacorta, in its pressure.
So, and what is the difference in terms of taste? Exactly something between metodo classico and ancestrale?
Yeah, it is. It is. I
That seems
mean,
to be the most logical place, right?
it's kind of in between. Some method ancestrale, because they bottle it in that fermentation when sugar may be high, it could have a higher pressure. So like the amount of sugar used in the re-fermentation of re-fermentato is just it's lower, so it's not as bubbly since you get the fizzy funness of the frizzante. Depending on when you have it, so like we tried some aged re-fermentato, and it's kind of like Lee's aging. It's like having like Bollinger RD, right? It's before it's disgorged, so you've got this like long Lee's aging, and you get that different sensation on the palate from that.
So again,
More time
however,
in Lee's
no
time.
disgorging, right?
Exactly, no disgorging.
Right.
And you drink the schmutz.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the schmutz.
You don't have to drink the schmutz.
We have to explain to the Italians and the rest of the world what a schmutz is.
The schmutz is all the stuff at the bottom of the bottle.
Listen, I just want
See.
to tell you that we have 12 new Italian wine ambassadors.
I saw a few of my friends passed. I was very excited for them.
Who's your friend? You have friends?
I have a few friends. Yeah, Marco, who works for Brian Larkey.
Yes,
At
I like
Dalatera.
Albanese. Brilliant.
He passed. Love that guy.
You know when you get a class and like you see from the get-go, I'm like, he's going to pass, she's going to fail, he's going to pass, she's going to, you kind of, and he was definitely on my, he's going to pass.
He and I used to work together at the restaurants. He was the wine director at this restaurant called
Oh.
Oto,
Oh, okay.
and he used to live quite near us. And he's a Montreal Canadian Italian
Yes.
who now lives in
yes.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, he was and he was always so attentive, very low key, but you knew he knew his shit, So
Yeah.
it was great. Brian says, "Grande Marco."
He's one of the nicest human beings on earth too.
Yeah. Who else did you know?
To be honest, I drank so much last night, I can barely remember anything. It's been a rough day today.
So I'll give you the names. Brittany
Okay.
Tangora. I don't know if you
Okay.
know her. Maurizio Piccinini then Chiaro. He's from actually Brazil. He came to Wine to Wine. He fell in love with the community. He did the course. He came all the way from Brazil.
Oh, that's awesome.
But our best student
Wow.
actually was Mihai Popescu. He's Romanian. He was the best.
Yeah?
He was the top student.
That's amazing.
And so,
Congratulations.
as of the flagship, we have every year like kind of a sponsor for the top student. And he got this Jerobaum and from Sette Ponti because they sponsored the pinning ceremony and the top student award. So he got that. Not a bad deal, like a huge Jerobaum.
That's pretty awesome. Did you do the ceremony at Grand Central?
Yeah.
So beautiful.
It's so iconic. It's absolutely. I hadn't been there in squillions of years. The only problem is that because it's almost like a public space, I mean, it is not almost, it is public space, they don't allow you to use it like, AV, right?
Right.
So we had a mic set up and a huge ass television set, but they couldn't allow us to use the mic.
Oh.
Because they said someone's going to jail. And I was like, I'm not going to jail. So we were kind of negotiating who's going to go to jail, right? So in the end, we didn't use the mic, and I lost my voice by the end of the day, and I was screaming, and nobody heard me, except, we did the Facebook Live, and I guess they heard me.
Right.
So, and you might know her, actually, Melissa Graff.
Yeah, I know her. Yeah, she passed.
Yeah, she's brilliant. She works for Skurnik. Matthew Rossita. Xin Fang, this is a very funny story I have to tell you. So Xin Fang, he is Chinese, like he's not a wine professional. He's originally from, I guess, the Silicon Valley. He moved to New York, and he participated in this 2 years ago, the New York edition. So he comes to the exam, and the first part of the exam, you don't know this, but the first part of the exam is you need a computer because everything's online. He comes, he's like the computer geek of this world. He shows up without a computer. So I did end up giving him my laptop, and he failed, and so he retook it, and he was one of the best students right after Mihai. So he gave me so much satisfaction. He really wanted to, be part of the community. As a lot of as it's very tight, the community. You were the old edition, but it's the program has evolved. It's much more WSET, more standardized.
Right.
And it's absolutely fantastic. Then Par Hardy, Alice Barrera, Alex Banville, who's, as you know, I was like, this is going to be so embarrassing because Banville was of course, our venue
sponsor.
partner. Yeah, they were partnering our venue. So I was like, it's going to be how am I going to tell Leah if he fails the course, He was on the cusp, but he passed it on his own because now your name is not on the test when you take the test. So when Sarah marks it, it's actually a number and you're anonymous.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Because she's like very, fair and square about it.
Right,
so
yeah.
We changed the entire system. So there was absolutely no favoritism, and he passed, thank goodness. And then
that's awesome.
Stacey O'Donnell and Stephanie Johnson.
Oh, nice. I saw that she was there.
That was awesome. Amazing because Stephanie actually, it got kind of lost because I had asked her to audit the course. I didn't really think she was going to take the exam. She's like, I want to do the exam. But no one told her about the audio bit. There's a video presentation in a group. Mm-hmm. And that's 10% of your grade, which is, and most people are gifted, nearly 10%, 10 points. And she passed without the video because nobody told her she had to do a video.
Oh.
So I was like, that'll be embarrassing if she doesn't pass because she didn't do the video. But luckily she passed, and congratulations to all of them because they've, of course, worked very hard, and I'm pretty psyched.
Are you enjoying this podcast? Don't forget to visit our YouTube channel, Mama Jumbo Shrimp, for fascinating videos covering Stevie Kim and her travels across Italy and beyond, meeting winemakers, eating local foods, and taking in the scenery. Now, back to the show.
So for those that don't know that are watching, so how does one get the information to start studying? How do you get involved? What are those things? Because I know there's a new book.
Yeah, there's a new book, and it was community generated. So a lot of the ambassadors from community at large, they revised the original book, which are the grape entries. But there is a huge geeky section with, of course, Attilio Scienza. He's the vine genetist, and I always say, that if he spoke English, he did everything in English, he would be more famous than Janssens Robinson. So if you look at Janssens' book, a lot of the things are from his references as well.
His work, yeah.
But the only problem is, one, he doesn't speak English, but he has his own language we call Scienza, and so you have to translate Scienza into Italian, and then from Italian
and then into English.
It's like a two-step process. So it's at times it's difficult to navigate, but he, of course, is a big big guidance for are the geeky, the anthropology, the geology, the culture, the history, all that bit. He gives us that, input and guide us through the course. Then Sarah, we have a special tasting grid for the Italian wines, because of the texture and the phenolic bit of it, especially for the white wines. So we have that, and it's basically like the diploma program, right? So there's two blind tasting, two essays, one video project, and then 100 multiple choice. So the entire exam is 2.5 hours, so it's quite long. And
Right. Yeah.
yeah, and it's just been getting, I hope better because thanks to the feedback we get from the community. So yeah, if
That's
they want
awesome.
any information, all they have to do is go on vinitaly.com, and we're all over the net, as you know. So
Right.
we are now we were 346, so plus 12, that makes 358 certified
Wow.
Italian wine ambassadors.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and 1,300 people have gone through the program. So yeah, we love it, and the community is growing. So what are your some travels before Vinitaly?
I am going to Venice on Friday, and then I'll be there with my dad and stepmom.
Your
and
dad?
They're coming out for just the weekend with my wife and kid. And then on Monday, I'm going to Soave for 4 days to do some tasting and some research.
Oh, you should
And
pop by.
unfortunately, I don't have my car,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'll always tight time. But I'll be back in Verona.
We should do the Instalive live.
Oh, that'd be fun. Oh, like at Vinitaly. Could we do that at Vinitaly on that Monday?
Yeah, I don't know because like Vinitaly is crazy, but we'll think about it. Yeah,
We'll figure it out.
yeah.
And then there's Venice, and then I'm home, and then I'll go to Tortona, which is the Colli Tortonese, to do some stuff with Timorasso and the Dertona group.
Yeah.
And then the next week I'm going to Gavi. I've never been to Gavi, so I'm going to go check that out. Then it's like 2 days later, I'm going to go to Chirea to the Vini Berry wine show, and then Italy, and then I got to go back to the States.
On a scale of 1 to 10, like where are you in terms of your love for like quote unquote the natural wine?
I mean, it's hard because like, where's the definition, right? Like,
Right. I know. We don't want to get there because
right. I'm a 10 for 10 on conscious wines, and what I consider conscious wines are wines that where the grower is doing minimal input into the soil, minimal input output, right? Like less is more, and I'm looking at the total sustainability of the project. What are they doing for the environment? What are they doing for the people that work for them? What are they doing for their community? That I'm 10 for 10 on, just being a conscious person within what you're doing. So those winemakers, I'm all over. And then, if it's I like macerated wine. I won't lie. I dig it. I had a really good macerated wine in Milan on Saturday from Poderi Laripe, which is they farm biodynamically and do some really cool things in Montalcino. I span the spectrum. If it's good, I like it.
So I have another question for you. It's a slightly related. Have you been to Livin Mad since they've converted to?
I have.
And
I went last year.
Okay, so what do you think about vegan meals and pairing it with red wines?
We had some dishes that I thought went really, really well because if you do mushroom and cabbage, and there's a lot of umami flavors you can bring in too with different elements of seasoning and spice that I think works. We had this smoked cabbage thing that was just like an umami bomb that went really well with the red wine that it was paired with.
Yeah, I mean, it was my first experience since, it converted. There was a group of us, and it was definitely, I love the mushroom thing that they do. I thought it was very, very nice. I thought it was less compelling with, other dishes. I've never had, actually, this was my first complete 100% vegan meal, and I think definitely talking about trends, I think this is one of the trends. And of course, they are the pioneers of, all trends. So the fact that they can still survive, based on a vegan menu.
Right.
But I did, however, afterwards, I would have loved to have had a piece of real meat or fish or something. I felt like. So I probably could never become a vegan myself, but
No,
it's a
me
definitely
either.
interesting experience.
Did you have the avocado dish that has those Japanese pine? They kind of look like quinoa, but they're not. It's kind of supposed to look like caviar, and
No.
it's this really beautiful avocado, and it was like in the middle.
But I did
That
have
dish, that dish
something
was
that's
really delicious.
similar of like vegan caviar. I can't remember what vegetable it was, but
Yeah,
no avocado.
because when I went there, I was like, oh, this is where all the good avocados in New York go. Because avocados are shit in most of the grocery stores.
What are some of the other vegan restaurants in New York City?
There used to be a place called Dirt Candy, and I don't know if it's open anymore. I don't.
Dirt
That place was,
candy?
yeah, I'd been there once and it was really delicious. In my head, I can't remember if it was vegan or just vegetarian, but it was delicious. I went to a vegetarian restaurant in Sicily
Aha. What
and
is it
I
called?
didn't know it was vegetarian until I left.
Oh,
That's crazy. I didn't even think about it. That's how good the food was. I will put it up when this goes
yeah. Put it
into
on the comment
it
section.
was a one-star Michelin restaurant in Sicily on the eastern coast. I had no idea, and I was like, man, this was so good. My friend who went with me is like, did you notice there was no meat or fish or anything? I was like, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea actually. We can start like compiling like the best vegan restaurants.
Yeah.
So we'll ask everyone to join us and put in the comment section the best vegan restaurants that they can think of.
Vegan's hard. Like right here in Italy, I met my first Italian vegan. She's Italian and she's vegan, and I talked to her about it. We were in Modena, which and I asked her, I was like, how do you do it? And
Yeah,
she's
how
like,
can you be vegan
it's
at Modena?
she was like, if I go out to dinner, I have to eat cheese or something with eggs in it. She's like, you just can't. There's no restaurant you can go out to that's just
Right.
vegan. She said there are 2 vegan restaurants in Modena, but like not all of her friends like going to there. So she has to make a compromise on that. But she tries to live her life like 90% vegan. But I've been thinking about that living here. Being vegetarian, you can do, but being vegan, like here in northern Piedmont, like all the pasta has egg in it, right?
Yeah, and
There's
and
no
butter, like
right. That's all we got.
so
Like,
yep. So I think lots of fat. So I'm not sure. It's not easy. My daughter is vegetarian, but there were 2 vegans at the office. Like instead of like pulled pork, they would do jackfruit, which was very
right. Yeah,
interesting.
I like that. I
Yeah,
like
we
that a
learned a
lot.
lot about vegan recipes, while they were at the office, but no more vegans at the office.
Yeah.
No problema.
Non
Non c'è
problema.
problema.
Sì,
No, non
esatto.
c'è problema.
Esatto.
Okay.
J-A cheat key. I've been playing with those verbs recently.
Okay.
There is
Ci sono, c'è. And then
chi.
but you
Yeah,
should
cheese.
put ce n'è.
Chene. Oh God, I can't add any more right now.
Okay. All right. How is it going though, your Italian? Do you feel like you are actually improving?
Yes and no. I'm a little frustrated right now because it's gotten a lot harder. When I'm out and about, like I use my Italian and I can get what I need. And the thing that I'm doing now is adding the proper things that I miss, like articles, conjugating verbs more proficiently.
Right.
It's small steps. Like,
What about like
but
conjunctives?
I'm not there yet. But I understand people better.
Right.
Like I can really understand a conversation that's in Italian. I just have a hard time responding.
So you're going back to
I don't have a
stateside because of the Barolo Barbaresco thing?
no. I'm not going back to the States until April 28th.
Oh, okay. And then are you coming
The
back?
Anticlassico. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I'm only going there for a few days.
Oh, okay.
No, we're staying here until September.
All right. Okay. We have a lot more Instalives
Yeah.
to do if you can last.
There's a lot.
Listen, Jeff, I gotta jet because I have shit to do, and it's my first day back. But remember,
Yeah,
I
me
just
too.
want to remind everybody that we have changed our slot to Monday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. Okay, so don't forget to put in the comment section your favorite vegan restaurants, and maybe we'll do a blog or we'll compile a list.
All over the world. Yeah,
Yes,
let's
all
put them in
over
there.
the world. Okay?
Okay.
Alla prossima.
Buonanotte. Arrivederci. Ciao.
Buona serata. Not
Buonasera.
buonanotte.
Buona serata.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ciao,
I
Jeff.
could. Ciao. Arrivederci.
Thank you for joining us on another installment of On the Road Edition, hosted by Stevie Kim. Join her again next week for more interesting content in the Italian wine scene. You can also find us at ItalianWinePodcast.com or wherever you get your pods. You can also check out our YouTube channel, Mama Jumbo Shrimp, to watch these interviews and the footage captured of each location. Chin chin!